Another interesting thing that she said, she also brought the Reggie Bush situation. That's why I'm glad that the 247 guys brought that up. Just point blank asked her, because we've all been wondering. It's been kind of conspicuous that you have this just open side where you know that there's 2 spots available. They'll line everything up perfectly. We know 13's going up there this year. We're wondering, when is 5 going to go up there? And she made it pretty clear. They're waiting for Reggie, and Reggie said he doesn't want to put his jersey up there until he's cleared by the NCAA and he gets his Heisman back. And so that he said, I want my Heisman back, and then I'm gonna go up there, and I don't want to retire my jersey until I get my Heisman back. And so they're honoring it. But she was very clear in her wording when she said to USC, Reggie Bush is a Heisman winner, and any and all ways we can honor and recognize him for that that are appropriate for him, we will do. So USC's waiting for him to give the word, and that jersey will go up there, guys. So it could be as soon as this year. We just got to figure out if the guys over at the NCAA can stop being ridiculous, or the people that Heisman trust can stop being cowards and change their stupid little rules that they have, because Reggie Bush won that thing on the field. 90% of the public, unless you're an LSU fan or probably now an Oklahoma fan or UCLA or Irish fan, everybody wants SC to get this thing back. Well, Reggie Bush should get it back, and it's just a matter of time.
Well, I'm completely neutral on the topic, so I don't want him to get it back. I don't want him not to get it back. I don't care. So that's my position. I don't give a damn. But what I would like is justice to be served. So I'm not prepared to take on this conversation right now, but I would love to hear the full display of why his transgressions get forgiven after a certain point in time. So anyway.
Oh yeah, but here's like the hypocrisy of all this crap that we're sitting here talking about. Does Johnny Manziel have his? I would love to. There's probably a couple really wholesome guys out there, but if they got a Heisman trophy, they all got money. Almost all of them got money. This idea that, well, Reggie Bush this, Reggie but that. Reggie Bush, they're holding against him. It was a marketing agent. He didn't get money to come to USC. He got money to leave USC. And when you have the Supreme Court of our country saying, hey, that's illegal. You can't tell people they can't earn money. What is the NCAA to say? You know what? Our rules are more important. Yeah, but it was a rule back then. Well, if it's illegal now, guess what, NCAA? It was illegal back then. So maybe you should change your rule, because it was an illegal rule to begin with.
Wow, then we need to undo a lot in college football. I can think of about 8 other cases that need to be overturned, and beyond that. So there are a lot of wins that need to be reinstated and players that need to be reinstated, which of course we can't do. Terrell Pryor, come on back, play 2010 with Ohio State, and don't go into the NFL supplemental draft. And a 12-1 Ohio State football team doesn't go 6-7. That's the first one that comes to mind for me. But yeah, there's a lot of things that
it's always been capricious, Mark. It's always been capricious. There's lots of schools. Look at Penn State. You know, they reinstate some people's wins and stuff for more, I would say, a far more egregious situation at Penn State than what happened at USC.
Well, of course.
So they reinstate certain records and stats, but then they don't for others. I'm sorry.
It's not football
how capricious these things are done is just ridiculous.
For as horrific as what happened at Penn State. So that's just, let's not even compare the violations. That was a criminal act. So put that aside. It wasn't football related. It did not compromise the football on the field. That's the defense I have for Penn State, and not getting having their wins vacated. Is that was not football cheating in any way.
Nor is USC's is a guy's parents getting free rent and some money. That didn't make him run faster. That didn't make him jump higher.
But
that didn't do any of that.
So on the field, USC.
On the field,
was that the decision though to go to USC based on those benefits?
No, he didn't. No, Mark. Yeah, that's what people don't understand. He was at USC. These alleged things that happened in his junior year, the end of his sophomore year, junior year. He was not enticed to come to USC. And by the way, Lloyd Lake, the guy that was involved in all this money, he had no ties to USC. This guy wasn't a booster of USC or anything. He had nothing. He wanted Reggie to sign on the dotted line with some fledgling marketing agency that he had. This is the problem in this country. Everyone doesn't really know the facts of this case. They thought that the house was bought for the Bush family didn't get a house. They were living rent free in a house. And there's so much about this case that people just don't even understand. It's just a waste, honestly, a waste of time to argue with a lot of people. They just don't know the facts.
Again, though, we're either going to honor the rules that were in place at the time, or we're going to have to uncover and give back all sorts of things that can't be given back to teams from the past, because this case just reeks of other NCAA hypocrisy and rules that don't necessarily line up with the law from past generations.
And the best part of it is they were never found. Like, for instance, look at Cam Newton, Mark. Cam Newton, where it was widely known that there was money exchanged to a church or whatever the situation was. There was nothing ever truly proven. All these allegations that got Reggie, do I think? Yeah, I think they got money, but nothing was ever proven. You know what Paul D, of all people, the AD of Miami, said? Well, either USC knew or they should have known. And then it goes to court because Todd McNair, who was thrown into this thing, unfairly, he says, hey, you just took my livelihood away from me, and on these trumped up charges that have nothing to do with me. And the NCAA quietly settled out of court for millions and millions of dollars to keep it all hush-hush. So we want to talk about the rules were broken and this was what happened. We don't really know what happened, Mark. And as far as the NCAA infractions committee to say, well, USC should have known, they didn't prove that USC knew. So again, the whole findings, it's a fascinating thing. Maybe one day, we should talk about it, because they didn't prove crap. They just said, well, it just doesn't smell right. We're going to believe this felon over everybody else.
Yeah, I would be open to have a special on this situation, because I would learn. I'm sure 90% of it I've forgotten, because, again, I don't have an emotional investment in it. And it's been 20 plus years ago. And of course, at the time I was following it, reading up on it, knew much more of what was going on, and would like to restore my memory and take a side. But
and I'll tell you what, nothing pisses me off about this than this topic, because
I know that, so it would make for good content as well. And then I just want to make sure that we are not saying because everybody speeds, I shouldn't have been caught speeding.
No, the rule was it is illegal in this country to not allow people to earn money on their name, image, and likeness. It's illegal.
And
so the rule
got
back
away
then was founded on things that are illegal. So how do you stand by a rule that was illegal?
I just want to say, Adam, why should I speak when Tim is absolutely nailing it? Like, I'm just ceding the floor to the guy who knows the inside details of that situation better than I do. So, Adam, like, sometimes you just defer to your superior partner at Trojans Wire. Okay.
And really, if we want to point the finger at Reggie Bush, the guy is like 19 years old. His stepdad is the one dealing with this felon. Whatever. I don't want to say his name even. I think I did earlier, but I don't want to say his name. And literally, there are members of the NCAA. Because let's face it, folks, this is a USC channel, so I'll say it. They couldn't beat us on the field. So they took us down. Period. And I'll leave it there. Hey, thanks for watching. Make sure you subscribe for daily USC football content. Fight on.